All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today I'm going to be talking about how you can improve your sperm quality and quantity. Okay, so we're going to be talking about what you need to look out for, like what are solid ranges. Maybe you've gotten a sperm test, maybe you haven't. And what are the problems that are probably causing you to have bad sperm, just kind of, infertility symptoms as a whole. So first things first is let's look at what a normal range sperm quality and quantity kind of look like as a whole. So first things first, you want your volume to be anywhere from 1.5 to 5 milliliters. Volume is basically just the amount, not the amount of sperm, but the amount of ejaculatory load there is within, your prostate and in general when you are ejaculating. Okay, does this matter that much? Not necessarily. As you can see, the range is quite broad. It's 1.5 to 5. So as long as you have enough volume, then you are pretty much good. Okay. The second thing is concentration. So this is where obviously this matters a lot. So concentration is obviously the concentration of sperm within your overall volume. Okay, you want your concentration to at least be 15 million per milliliter. Okay, this is very, very important. If you don't have enough sperm within your actual, per milliliter, then, you are just gonna have a lower and lower chance of getting your partner pregnant. The third thing is motility. So motility is basically just how the sperm moves, okay? You want the sperm to be moving correctly or else it's not gonna work its way through the cervix up to the fallopian tubes and actually, fertilize your partner's eggs. So, you want your motility to at least be 40%. This is super important. Obviously, when you get a report, it's going to show the ranges of this. And then the last thing is morphology. Morphology is just the overall shape and structure of your sperm, and you want this to be at least 4% normal. Okay, I know it may sound crazy. That means 96% are going to be abnormal and 4% are going to be normal shaped. Okay, your sperm has to be a distinct shape in order to actually fertilize an egg. Okay, this may seem crazy, but if you do the math, if you have 5 milliliters and 15 million per milliliter, you can kind of see, okay, 4% is still quite a lot. You just need one. Remember, you just need one. So let's talk about the problems that could be causing you to have low volume, low concentration, low motility, low morphology, and what you could do to fix your sperm. So I'm going to talk about some basic things that you can see. I'm going to talk about not the very small cases that we see, 1 in 100 or even 1 in 10. I want to be talking about that bulk, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 things that, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times what we could do in order to improve on these metrics. Okay? So first things first, we're just going to be kind of going over lifestyle and diet. Okay, I want to talk about diet a little bit. Diet is insanely important, and everyone's getting it wrong. You may go watch other doctoral videos out there. You may go talk to, your even family doctor yourself, and he may say, hey, you got to get on a whole foods diet, eat more rice, grains, vegetables, limit maybe your animal fat consumption, maybe eat less red meat, less eggs, etc. Eat more nuts. Okay? At the end of the day, we're not squirrels, we're humans. We do need a level of meat. And the reason why we do need meat, especially fatty cuts of meat, is because saturated fat is very crucial in terms of spermatogenesis, the creation of sperm, and steroidogenesis, which is the creation of testosterone. So within your diet, make sure you are eating enough fat. Okay? Fat is super crucial, and not just any fat, not omega-6 fat. You want to get animal fats, okay? High quality animal fats. Super important, okay? We talk to a lot of men, and a lot of them are, eating vegetarian diets, focusing on getting their greens. Meanwhile, these things can help. You want to get more fat within your diet because, the amount of saturated fat you eat is going to be directly correlated to the level of your androgens, okay? The second thing is S and D, smoking and drinking. So alcohol, smoking tobacco, smoking weed, these are things that directly correlate your sexual health and directly influence your motility, morphology, concentration, kind of the entire spectrum. For example, there's a lot of studies that have shown that smoking weed, for example, brutally affects your morphology and motility. Okay, drinking alcohol, we know that affects all of these as well. So you just want to stay away from alcohol and smoking. Does that mean you can have a cigarette once in a while? 100%. But for the most part, you want to avoid these as much as you can. And the third and final thing is all about exercise and lifestyle. So exercise is super duper important, obviously, for hormonal health. You don't want to be exercising, obviously, all the time or overtraining on any means, but getting movement, getting out, walking 10,000 steps a day, even if it's 5,000 steps a day, getting some level of movement is very, very important. Does that mean you have to be a a super crazy athlete running all over the place, doing 300-pound overhead snatches? No. You just need to be getting a level of exercise or movement on a daily basis. If you can weight train, that's very important. Strength training is super pro-androgen. So the more you actually weight train and put on muscle, it does promote the creation of certain androgens, testosterone, that are very crucial for spermatogenesis, the creation of sperm. So if you can weight train, okay. If you can't, and it's not, you just can't do it, then you want to try to at least, get steps in or some level of minute exercise. If that's push-ups in your apartment, if that's, you going for a walk, a couple burpees here and there between, breaks. But a lot of these are excuses. You do have time to go to the gym for, 30 minutes a day and do a quick workout, okay? So these are the biggest things that we see that are affecting men in their sperm quality, and I hope you learned a little bit today about the different things that we test for and how you can improve on them. If you're a man that wants to get your sperm tested, see kind of where you're at within your fertility journey, and see what we can do based off of volume, concentration, motility, morphology to then build a custom plan to help you increase these different levels or decrease, then you can go down, fill out the application. We'll walk you through how to do that. For example, some of the clients we work with, like recently, we had a client who had really good volume, really good concentration, but his morphology was less than 1%, and it was really bad. So there was a custom thing that we had to do, had to go through, kind of rework a lot of things based off his diet, sleep schedule, and overall stress as well, okay? So these are things that you can reverse engineer, you can get yourself back out of. You don't have to rely on IVF, in vitro fertilization, or a multitude of other super expensive surgeries. These are things that you can fix through lifestyle. So if you want help in understanding exactly how you can, fix your fertility as a man through lifestyle, you can go down and book a call, fill out the application, and we'll see you on the other side.